Hello viewers, Super GT here. How are we all doing today? Hope you're all good. Finally back with another video. It's been a while. I only made one video last week. Some sort of world record for the least amount of videos I've uploaded in a week. But before we talk about this race, I can finally proudly announce I have a merchandise store. It's taken me way too long to get this sorted. But here we are. We've got it done, finally. We have about 4 different items, or 4 different designs. And you can buy stickers, t-shirts, hoodies, all the good stuff, so do have a look. But let's get straight back into this. Group 3, Suzuka, a combination that comes up pretty much all the time. We're very familiar with it by now, I would suspect. So let's see how the game is right now, because of course we had the update last week where they changed the penalty system. It was absolutely horrific not that long ago. But let's see if it's improved at all. Coming into the hairpin here, first lap, and well, just our typical devastating scenes when Mr. Momos gets involved. And yes, he started the race in second, he's already now down in 9th. Not a surprise to see him involved, but we'll have a look at the replay later and see exactly what happened. So we go up into 7th place. I'm driving the Porsche here, as basically this race here comes off the back of streaming loads of different games. I've played R Factor 2, I've played, so of course as this guy just says goodbye to the race, he no longer wants to be part of it. He's going to be self-isolating himself in the barrier. So I've been playing ACC, I've been playing R Factor 2, playing F1 2019. That's my excuse for being bad in this video. And basically any sort of mistake I make is excused by the fact that I've been playing loads of different games. At least I hope it is. Up into 5th then, courtesy of everyone binning themselves into the self-isolation realm. As we cross the line, lap 1 done. It's only a 4-lap race, not very long. You do need to qualify well, ideally. The leader's already about 8 million miles ahead, so second place is as good as we can get. Second place is just there though, not too far away. The Audi R8, the go-to car for this race. Group 3, if it's daily race B, it's probably the Audi R8 you're looking at. Sometimes the Renault, sometimes a few different cars, but when it's like this, with no fuel, no tyres to worry about, then yeah, Audi R8's the go-to car. I'm going to whip it forwards a little bit here, up behind TJT Adam, dropping off a little bit from the 2 Audis. Tidgney 1, Tidgney 2, yeah, very nicely. Went for the Porsche, as it's normally one of the better cars to control, one of the easier cars to control. Come into the hairpin. What's he going to do here? Goes defensive. I'm going to go a little bit wider, looking for the outside, trying to get a good exit. 2 Audis up ahead, battling. Very, very close now. And I just get this strong sense. I've got this tingling sensation that something bad is about to happen. We've got 3 people very close, and that's exactly what happens. 2 of them go wide. I'm up the inside. 2 for 1. It's like a supermarket deal. Up the inside, onto the podium, and now up behind the German in the Audi. We're going to go for this move. Pretty risky. We'll back out for now and preserve our life and his, and continue into the final corner, into the final chicane. I suppose this isn't actually the final corner really, is it? Got this chicane, and then you've got this here, this right-hander, which isn't a nothing corner really. You can actually pose a little bit of trouble if you don't get a good exit from the chicane. Okay, into turn 1. Now here is a good example of, I suppose, sportsmanship. What is sportsmanship? So I nudged that guy wide and I just backed out to let him go back ahead. And you know what? I'm so happy that we didn't get penalised there, because that could have easily been a 6-second penalty if it was pre-patch. Go back to before they updated it a week ago, whatever it was. So it was just good that we sorted that out with a gentleman's agreement, and the game didn't decide to step in and dish out stupid penalties. So good stuff there. We can continue. And that's just like the good old days, you know. You don't have to let the penalty system dictate. Just do the right thing, let them go back past, and then just continue as you were. And that's exactly what we've done. So good stuff there. I'm going to whip it forward. My El Gato seems to be on its last legs, glitching a little bit. But we continue through Spoon, out to the right, patient for this second part of the apex. And the guy ahead actually pretty wide. Into the slipstream then. Where is he going to be going? I got really close to going past, and we have done it this time. You can see on the way in, as again the recording skips a bit, but again we can see this on the replay later, that to got up the inside, and he tried to fight it on the outside, and it's never a good place to be outside of 130R unless your name's Fernando Alonso and you're against Schumacher. But we can skip it to the end of the race. We stayed in second, and that's not too bad a race there, almost into the 159s in the Porsche. So let's just do that then, have a look at the replay. Let's see what happened at the first lap here. Coming to the first corner, Momo's at the front of this queue, and then you've got the Austrian and Francis, and you've got this little orgy of fun going into the gravel trap. It looks like Momo's went really slow through here, and yeah, kind of an awkward situation as the Austrian kind of turns left in anticipation of trying to avoid Momo's, and Francis also getting sent to the gravel realm. So let's have a look from Momo's POV. So he comes in, and you can actually look at the throttle trace because he lifts off coming through this right-hander, which you don't really have to do, and then you brake really quite early and it just sets off a chain reaction. But yeah, just a big bumble of absolute mess basically through there. Now a little bit later on, this is where I was at the back of this group of 4. And you've got the Portuguese driver at the front here. German goes up the inside, they make contact, he drifts wide, tries to rejoin across the Astro, and simply cannot do that. And he ends up facing the incorrect way. This is the move. He tried to fight it around the outside, brave. Wasn't quite going to work though. He loses the position, and Ram Shadow moves up, and he just gets punted for good measure. Good stuff. Well, not for him, but for me maybe, as I can just drive away. And then a bit later this Austrian comes back, and oh, that's a cheeky little move to the right hand side there, and he gets dished out a 1 second penalty. So the stewards got progressively more drunk as that race went on. I'm not sure why he deserved a 1 second for that, but there you go. And well, it looks like he's got another 1 second penalty here, but he's in the Beetle this time. And here I braked too late and pushed that guy wide. I'm going to always argue that I braked in the right place, but he braked too early, but there you go. And we slow down and let him go back past. And thankfully, again, I don't get a penalty, so that's kind of good. That I suppose, you know, a lot of people aren't going to just slow down and let the other guy go, so maybe it's not a good thing. But we just slow down, let him go back past, and we don't have to worry about a penalty. We can just resume the racing as we were, and that's better. It's better like that, I think. Coming into the chicane, plenty of carnage kicking off. Someone getting reset there. Gain another position. We started from the back this time. I went on the Ram Shadow account to see what we can do from the back. It's never an easy race to start from the back because of the rolling start, of course. You're already, pretty much as you start the race, you're already about 10 seconds off the lead, and that's basically impossible to regain. Here, really close. I think the Porsche at the front braked too soon. The BMW went into the back of him. A bit of a snooker fest into turn 2. Ronnie O'Sullivan over him. And a bit later on, Mercedes going very wide, rejoining, up behind the Beetle now, the Frenchman in the Beetle. And we look for the move, maybe just put him off a little bit. Nope, he takes a good line actually. Into the chicane, late on the brakes, very late on the brakes, lifting off in fact. Up the inside we go, up to 9th place. And that's not too bad I suppose, from 15th. Going up 6 positions. If you can't finish 6th, then just go up 6 positions. Although they're coming back at me now, Beetle and the Mercedes. We're going to almost go 3 abreast. Not quite. Into the first corner, textbook defence. Hold it on the inside. Preserve our position. And try to pull away on now lap number 4. But it wouldn't be a Super GT video without a 6th place or without a major bottle job. Just losing it on the curb. So easy to do. But, well, maybe if you're good, it's not that easy. And then this guy just comes through, and yeah, lovely bubbly, just rubbing it in there. Thank you very much, mate. Just my shocking result, not lovely bubbly at all. So I finished 12th ultimately. Not great indeed, not great by any measure. So we went back on the Super GT account. I do need to improve my driver rating on this account because I got a reset in the Tesla race. Set a 2 minutes point 4 first lap. Okay, but I can definitely go about a second quicker than that. Next lap, absolute bottle job. I'm going to show you my horrifying qualifying process. Bottled that lap, bottled this lap, Degner 2, and then lap 4, the next lap, Degner 2 again. It just seems to be my kryptonite. I could not get Degner 2 right to save my life. But then finally, I got my life sorted and actually managed to string together a decent lap, and here it is. Through turn 1, go wide, patient on the power, looking for the green curve at the end of the right hand side there, then powering out to the left using the curve, flying in, and here it's just all about being smooth. I noticed that with the Audi it's very easy to overdrive it, just try to really push it too much. But when you're making mistakes like that, it's best just to take a bit of a chill pill and drive a little bit more smoothly and then work your way back up. And that's exactly what I did here. I just tried to be a bit more smooth, be more relaxed, and actually it ended up being a little bit quicker. Well, not a little bit quicker, quite a bit quicker. So Degner 2, this was my worst corner in the world, and not the best corner, but okay. We're up on our PB, braking at the end of the curve on the right hand side, braking all the way into the apex, so don't let go of the brake until you're pretty much touching the curb. Then powering out nicely. We're half a second up as we come round the right-hander towards Spoon, looking for the tarmac on the right, braking just before it. You can use that curb on the left if you want. Power out slightly to the right-hand side. And then patience here, wait, and then clip the curb, power out to the outside. You don't want to go beyond the light green stuff there, just beyond the red and white. 130R, slight lift. Use some of the curb, or all of it, and maybe even 2 wheels beyond it. Braking halfway between the 100 and the 150. And then trail braking in. Second gear I find is better for this car, a bit more stable than first gear. And then stay over to the right hand side here, you'll gain about half a tenth by doing it. As we do that, it's across the line, 59.4, just shy of a 5. I'm quite happy with that, could go 2 tenths or so quicker, but we'll take it. I'm a member of the AA, just signed up mate, and unfortunately, because our rating went down by so much, I'm going to have to fight my way back up to an S sportsmanship rating. I have no sportsmanship apparently, so I have to work my way back up the sportsmanship ladder. This guy came in akin to scenes of Ace Combat 6, but he fortunately missed, didn't engage lock-on, and I escaped him. Win number 150, 151, 152, and another one. Is there another one? Yes, there is. 155. We did quite a few races here just to build our rating back up. So we got another 5 wins, churning out the wins. Mostly when I'm in a lower level lobby though. I'll be honest. But we're going to go in the McLaren F1. Felt like a bit of a challenge here. And as always, you should never just jump in a car and just drive. You should always do a couple of laps just to see where you're at. Benchmark it. So we've done a 49, I wish I could do a 49. 59.491 in the Audi after about 5 laps. First lap in the McLaren, 2.4, 1 second off. That is actually not too bad. 1 lap later, 59.8. About 3 tenths off, just over 3 tenths off our PB. So I thought this McLaren would be pretty hideous, but it's actually not too bad. If you can do 59s in the race, you're in a good place. Oh my god, I made that rhyme. Top 1 rappers that Eminem was afraid to diss. Super GT, top of the list. Okay, anyway, McLaren F1. This car, very good in a straight line, but it has issues with turning. Basically, its turning circle is on a par with an aircraft carrier. It doesn't like to turn that quickly. It's stable, but turning circle is opposite end of the scale compared to a London taxi. And this is the section where you're most likely going to suffer because you've just got long, winding corners. And up against the Audi R8, which is behind, it's going to be very tricky to preserve our first place through here. A bit of a slide. And you can see him just creeping into the radar, bottom right of screen. We're going to keep our cool. If you just don't make a mistake through the S's, there's not really much someone can do. If they're playing fair, that is. Now obviously they could just nerf you wide if they wanted to. But if you just don't make a mistake, a fair player wouldn't be able to get past you, probably. And as we come up into the hairpin, he is right behind me, but again, not close enough. I can just take my normal line, don't have to worry about him too much. On the exit, now this part of the circuit is where this car's going to excel. Got a long straight here up towards Spoon, then you've got a long straight after Spoon, and then you've got the chicane, and then you've got the main straight. So lots of straights here. Looking for our braking point. Take it nicely, and this is where qualifying comes in, this is where practice comes in. Because I've done the couple of laps now in this car, I know what it's all about. And I'm not finding it out for the first time on lap 1, which is not ideal. It's not a good situation to do that. So now we've got the Nissan GTR up to second, and the GTR is one of the few cars that can really honestly compete in a straight line with the McLaren F1. In fact, the Nissan is an absolute monster in a straight line. It really is quite scary how quick that thing is on the straights. I think I heard a bit of contact there, but we get away. We get away this lap. Now he's going to tuck into that slipstream here. I'm going to move a little bit, but there's not much you can do. If the guy behind is switched on, they're going to follow you in the slipstream, and they are going to gain on you. And that's exactly what's happened. We've probably conceded a tenth and a half down that straight there. Not to worry though. Get your head down. Take the normal racing line. Remember your training, soldier. And that's one of my mottos. It's not really, but I always tell myself that. You have to do a lot of practice, a lot of qualifying, and then in the race you will feel a lot more comfortable. What is that motto? I think it's like practice hard, race easy, or something along those lines. The more you practice, the easier your races will be. Let me tell you that. Let's come round the long left of Dunlop towards Degner 1, clipping that curb. You can really abuse that curb there. Degner 2, a lot more difficult, but this car is actually very stable, and that is one of its strengths, I would say. Not too much in the way of drama on the power, on the brakes. It doesn't really dance about too much, so that's good. Very easy to control, and just not the best at turning. It's not too bad, but it's not the best at the same time. Now, we're in a good position here. It's first place. First place is the best position in racing. For those who are maybe quite new to it, is actually where you're supposed to finish. That's the whole idea of it, really. So yeah, top tips from Super GT. Finishing first is better than all the other positions. Now, coming down this back straight, you can see he's gained on me here. Half a second, that gap's come down. It started around about 9/10 at the beginning of lap 2. He's got it down, and there's not much I can do. If he's in the slipstream, I can't go against physics here. He's in the slipstream. That's just how it works. Into the chicane a little bit deep. Is that going to cost us? Going to have to fight for it here. As we come down the main straight, he's very close. Look how close he is. And I have no doubt here that I'm going to have to go defensive. I'm going to move to the right hand side. He was 0.8 quicker than me on that lap. He's going to move to the left. I'm going to go defensive here. And to be fair to him, he pulls off a really good move around the outside. Sensational move, I might say. And he really controlled that situation really well. He moved over to the left hand side when he had to. And I know the mistake I made. I didn't move over to the left hand side enough. So I went into that corner too narrow, and he could sweep around the outside. So fair play from him. Good move. But now it's roles reversed. Can I get back past him in the McLaren? It's the clash of the titans here. It's the big boys. The cars with not all the handling, but all the top speed around Suzuka. So my main strategy here is really just to keep as close as we can, coming up to the hairpin, and then you've got a couple of good overtaking opportunities into Spoon, into the final chicane, maybe into 130R, into the first corner. But in this first half of the lap, it's not really worth going for anything. He gets a poor exit there. You see that quite clearly. I'm going to be fully into the toe. Now he can't do anything about the physics, as I'm the one in the slipstream, in the toe. Is it possible to go for a move here? Maybe that would have been possible. Would have been right on the edge, though, of disaster. We play it safe for now, stay behind. A bit of a slide into Spoon's second apex on the power. That Nissan pretty planted, to be fair to it. And he's going to be dancing about now to break the toe. You can see that. Stay switched on, guys. If the guy ahead's going to do that, stay in the toe, because you're going to gain so much time by doing it. Just follow them wherever they go. And through 130R, he's got a nice big gap there. I'm way too far back to go for a move. It's going to have to be into turn 1 now, although we do have a lap left. Out to the exit of the chicane, a bit of a slide. We are pretty close though. This could be on. we could do a repeat of what he did to me. So, tucked fully in. Where's he going to go? He's going to go to the left, back to the right. He's all over the place. I'm not sure which side he wants to go. He goes to the right eventually. I'm not quite close enough to go for this move. I do get ahead onto the curb. We make contact. He's back ahead. Couldn't quite make that work. I was ahead at one point there. Just went right to the edge of the curb. I was barely millimetres away from getting pulled off the circuit. But we continue. We live to fight another lap. And it's the final lap at that, so we need to do something quickly here. If I want to follow my own advice of finishing in first, which is the best position, then I'm going to have to think of something quick, because we've only got about half a lap left for me to do anything. Into Tidgney 1, Tidgney 2. Again, that Nissan just, it seems, actually I was going to say he's got a really good exit there, but he didn't. Because it's so heavy, it just gets really good exits. He's got so much traction. And he's getting really good exit speed from the corners, and he can just get away. You see that there, he's quite smooth, and that is a 4/10 gap. Probably too much to close in by the time we get through to Spoon. Let's monitor that gap. He is coming down 3/10 now. Going to be 2/10 by the time we get to the corner. So I've only gained 2/10. It's not enough. I wasn't close enough on the exit, and that's the thing. He's getting really good exits from these corners. I'm just not quite close enough on the way out. This is a slightly longer straight here. He is again 4.5 tenths up ahead, ducking and weaving, trying to break the toe. I'm following him. It's not going to be a move into 130R, but possibly the chicane. That's the only chance we have really, unless he messes up after that. He takes a really good line, to be fair to him, and into the chicane. It would have to be dive bomb. I was going to say of the century, but probably of the millennium from back there. Coming out here, he gets a poor exit. Could we possibly get the move done here? He covers the right hand side, over to the left hand side. It's not quite going to be enough. It was a good battle though, really good battle. And to be fair, these races that I had on this session were pretty good. And a lot better given that we've changed the penalty system from its monstrous state that it was in not too long ago. This is a little bit better at least. But there we go. I do hope you enjoyed the video as always. Once again, do check out the merch store down below. So there is a link in the description, and you should be able to see some of the merch just below the video, basically. But in the meantime, thank you so much for watching as always. Thank you for supporting the channel. Well done on making it this far into the video. And stay safe out there, everyone. Have a nice day, and I shall see you all very soon. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.